how Ebonyi governor's brother, retired Major General Umahi, tortured, executed Ken Saro-Wiwa, 8 other Ogoni activists. Welcome to the news, and thank you for tuning in to listen. Apart from Umahi and the man at the center of it all, the late brutal dictator, General Sani Abacha, there are others. Now the news in detail. Not much has ever been revealed regarding how a retired Nigerian Major General Obi Umahi, who is the brother of current Ebonyi State Governor David Umahi, superintended over the last-minute torture and execution of foremost environmental activists, Ken Saro-Wiwa and 8 others. Apart from Umahi and the man at the center of it all, the late brutal dictator, General Sani Abacha, there are others. At least 2 of those who played ignoble roles in the killing of the activists are currently in the government of President Muhammadu Buhari, who last week hinted about granting state pardons to the late activists. Others who connive with the Abacha regime to murder the activists include Ibrahim Agbola Gambari, the Chief of Staff to President Buhari, Hamid Ibrahim Ali, Comptroller General of the Nigerian Customs Service, President of Nigerian Bar Association Joseph Daudu, and Justice Ibrahim Auta, retired Chief Judge of Nigeria. A retired Nigerian Major General Obi Umahi, who is the brother of Ebonyi State Governor David Umahi, who oversaw the torture and execution of the Ogoni activities, including Saro-Wiwa. Saro and 8 other Ogoni activities were tried by a secret military tribunal and executed by hanging on November 10, 1995, a tragic end to their non-violent campaign against the Royal Dutch Shell Company and the Nigerian government over the economic injustice and the pollution of Ogoni land that arose from oil exploitation. Saro-Wiwa was accused alongside the other Ogoni leaders of being responsible for the murder of 5 Ogoni chiefs at a pro-government meeting. Known as Ogoni 9, the executed activities were outspoken author and playwright Ken Saro-Wiwa, Saturday Dobi, Nodi Ewo, Daniel Boko, Paul Levera, Felix Nyote, Barry Bobera, Baranim Kyobil, and John Queenie. Sahara reporters learned that Umahi was the head of the internal security force in Ogoni land under the junta of a late General Sani Abacha, a time when he was a major. An eyewitness, Ibrahim Abdullahi, who was a prisoner when the activities were killed in 1995, said the soldiers who carried out the execution were led by the retired Major General. Abdullahi said the Umahi-led soldiers took their corpses to a bush and poured acid on them before dumping them in a shallow grave. I was in the cell one day in 1995 when they brought the late General Shehu Musa Yar'Adua, retired Senator Shehu Sani, and Sanusi Matu. Sani and Mato were transferred to Wabano, where prisons respectively, on the following day, but they left Yar'Adua in Port Harcourt. Abdullahi has said in an interview with the journalist at the African Center for Peace and Development, Abuja, in 2019, after the governor of Cross River State, Ben Ayade, granted him a state of pardon. One day in 1995, soldiers brought Saro-Wiwa and 3 others from the military barracks and chased away everybody who was not a prisoner. Saro-Wiwa, who was chained on the legs and hands, was marched to the condemned cell, which was directly opposite the gallows, where he and others would be hanged. They met 5 others who were already in the cell. One Major B, who led the operation, made sure that no one had witnessed the execution. They serviced the gallows, which could execute 2 people at a time. The Attorney General of Rivers State then came with a file that contained the charges preferred against the Ogoni leaders. The AG went straight to their cell and read the charges to them and went back. One of them, a lecturer at the University of Port Harcourt, was crying, lamenting that his wife had just given birth to a new baby and that he was observing a dry fast on that day. Saro-Wiwa maintained that he did not ask anybody to kill anyone, but the federal military government just wanted to kill him. He then said that there will never be peace in Ogoni land forever because of the innocent souls that Abacha wanted to sacrifice. After this, the soldiers marched him to the gallows. They brought out his corpse and put him in a slab and they invited a medical doctor who certified him dead. They called 4 of us to take his corpse. That was how they executed them, one after the other. One of them was even calling the name of Jesus until he was pushed to the gallows. After the execution, Major B collected the films of the hanging from the photographer and tape from the video man and asked us to pull out the corpses inside a tipper, which was used to convoy them and 4 of us to the bush where they were buried. The soldiers then poured raw acid on Saro-Wiwa and others when we got to the place called Bolokori, and their bodies melted instantly inside a single pit where they put all of them. Corroborating Abdullahi's submission, one of the Saro-Wiwa's brothers said, Governor David Umahi'S brother, retired Major General Obi Umahi, was personally responsible for the execution of Khan Saro-Wiwa when he was a major in the army. He carried out the execution which did not follow the usual process. He was also very physically abusive of Ken before the execution. Speaking with Sahara reporters, the retired Major General, however, denied being involved in the execution. He said, no court can tell a soldier to do that, and if you check out the execution done by the military, there were decisions or judgments given by a tribunal. So how could a court give a soldier an order to do that? Is this in the Constitution? It was not possible for a soldier to execute Saro-Wiwa when a court sat and gave a judgment. How can a soldier do that? Is it possible? It is not possible. It is the prison authorities that do that. The prison has armed men. On how he heard about it, Umahi said, I heard about the court order and I heard the execution was done by the prison authorities. Regarding the roles played by others in the executions, sir, others who connive with the repressive Abacha regime to murder the activists include Ibrahim Agboola Gambari, Chief of Staff to President Muhammadu Buhari, Hamad Ibrahim Ali, Comptroller General of the Nigerian Customs Service, President of Nigerian Bar Association Joseph Daudu, and Justice Ibrahim Auta, retired Chief Judge of Nigeria. In 1995, Gambari opened back the killing of Ogoni activists during the ruthless Abacha military regime. Gambari had informed the United Nations that the killing of Saro-Wiwa was legal as it was done in line with the law and constitution of Nigeria. The UN General Assembly had condemned the arbitrary execution of Saro-Wiwa after a flawed judicial process, emphasizing that everyone charged with a penal offense had the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty, according to the law, in a public trial with all guarantees necessary for defense. But Gambari accused the UN General Assembly of dancing to the tune of some individuals trying to challenge the sovereignty of Nigeria. On this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of the day.